Good morning. Yes, last night I slept in a van. It was my van. I slept in my van. I tried to park in a place where I could get some Wi-Fi. And it was outside of a coffee shop. And when I pulled up to the coffee shop, there was another vehicle catty corner away from me. And there were two people in the vehicle, and one of them had a laser light. He was shining it through his window, and I couldn't tell if he was shining it at me and he couldn't tell that I was looking right at him, or if he was shining it at something different. But I took a walk around the block, took a pretty long walk actually, and I was hoping that when I got back, they wouldn't be there anymore. And then I got back and they were there. So I drove to a different location, and that was good because I just went to sleep right away. I didn't get on Wi-Fi because I don't need Wi-Fi. I just went to sleep right away. So now, today I need to streamline a better way to eat food. I need to make sure that I have a strong process to eat food, because I can't be eating out. Health-wise, I cannot afford to eat out. So I need to make sure I have a good process to eat food. And then I need to train. I need to train and exacerbate myself. I don't know if that's the right word, but I need to exacerbate myself. And I'm not trying to look jacked, although I do need to become jacked, but rather I need to strengthen my muscles, and that is my main intention. I really do need to be strong. So that is my intention behind training today. But right now I need to go to a coffee shop. I need to sit down, I need to write for an hour. And yesterday I wrote for close to 2 hours. And that doesn't really matter because that was yesterday. But I just mentioned that because sometimes it's good to write for 2 hours as well. So today I'll go write for an hour, and then we'll see what comes next. Alright, so I'm finished at the coffee shop. I haven't been on social media today, and that is always my aspiration. Sometimes, especially today, there was temptation to scroll on social media and to check things out and to see what's going on in the world. But I know it doesn't matter. Nothing that I could possibly see on social media matters. At least not this early in the morning. And obviously, sometimes I question whether or not there's any value to it whatsoever, or if it's only a toxin. But nonetheless, I haven't been on social media, so it's good. It's a small win. And I wrote for an hour. And now I'm going to go record a podcast, because that's my favorite thing to do. It's not my favorite thing to do, but I really enjoy it. It's one of my more favored activities, I'll say. And there was a man in the coffee shop who was using the bathroom without the door locked, to the point where everybody kept walking in on him, and the worker had to stand by the door so that people would stop walking in on him, but he wouldn't lock it. And I stayed at the coffee shop for a little while longer because I wanted to see who it was. I needed to see the face of the person who was doing whatever they were doing, and they were for at least a half an hour with the door unlocked. And the worker just keeps knocking on the door, trying to figure out what's going on. And finally, after so much time, a man walks out. He's clearly homeless. He's about 40 years old, probably 35 even. He might be 20, but just looks way older. But he walks out and he has dirt all over his face. He's got literal dirt on his face. And he walks up to the coffee counter after having been in the shop or in the bathroom for 30 minutes. And he grabs a coffee that's on the counter, which I can't imagine that he ordered it or paid for it, if only because he was in the bathroom for so long. It wasn't just sitting out there that long. So he steals the coffee and then he walks out. And at this point, I'm really curious with this guy's story. So I walk to a different window in the coffee shop so that I can see him. And when I get to the other window, I don't see him, but I see the coffee that he stole on the ground. He literally threw it on the ground and spilled it everywhere. And when he was walking out, he was making a crazy voice with his throat. I couldn't even make the sound that he was making. So he was clearly on drugs. I don't know what he was on, but he was on something. And I guess the moral of that story is that I was parked in a similar location as that coffee shop last night. And it was really safe, and it's kind of cold outside, so I don't think people are just walking around trying to invade cars at night. So that's good, but nonetheless, I'll find a different location. I will find a different location for tomorrow. Alright, I have been able to streamline food. I was able to streamline food, so now I have a full meal being made. And it's like I'm in a kitchen, but it's better than being in a kitchen. It's better than being in a kitchen because I'm outside, and this is a magnificent day. This is absolutely gorgeous. Now, I'm not naive. I don't think the weather is going to stay like this. We're going into winter. It's about to get cold. It was cold this morning. And this is the most amazing time of the year. So eventually, I'll need to head south. And I know this. But for now, I enjoy the moment. I enjoy the upcoming meal. I thank God that I have food to eat. I thank God for the weather that exists right now. Everything's good. After I was done at the coffee shop earlier, I went to my usual place, recorded a podcast, and then I went to a library and chopped it up. And by chop it up, I mean literally just chop up the beginning where I was turning on the camera, and chopped off the end where I was turning off the camera. And it was fun, and I love it, and that's why I do it, because I love it. I'm trying to maximize my life. I'm trying to fill my day with the things that it's hard to describe, but there are some things that make life better and some things that make life worse. And that's pretty black and white, but if you have a day, and if you can fill up as much as you possibly can with the things that are not only fun right now and good right now, but the things that are good for you and will make your future better. If you can pack as much as that into one day as you possibly can, that is a good day. So my intention was always to, at this point of the day, either work out or eat food. So obviously I'm making a meal right now. And then after this, I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to get jacked. I'm going to sit in the sauna. I'm going to take a walk outside. And all of that is good. All of that is good. I'm in a library, so I had to come to a side room because it'd be incredibly loud. I actually tried it. It was way too loud just talking out there. So the lift is complete. I mainly did squats. I found that if you write down your workout, you certainly get much more accomplished. And today I did not write down my workout. But my main form of training for the past maybe 3 months has been lifting. And I can physically see myself getting stronger, not in terms of the way I look in the mirror, but rather the actual amount of reps that I can do. Namely in pull-ups and everything body weight. So overall, good day. It was a good day. There certainly are places for improvement, namely to write down my workout and to get a better lift, which again, it was good, but it's just hard to go in there and shoot from the hip and expect it to be ideal and optimal. There's just no pathway for it to be optimal. But nonetheless, I did about 50 squats. My legs are shot, so it's extremely positive. Now I'm at this library. A while ago, I was walking, not through this library. It's fascinating how America, you can literally just go into, we have so much abundance. There's several really good libraries right near me that you can have access to. But nonetheless, I was walking down a library aisle, and I stumbled across a book called Basic Writings of Thomas Aquinas. That's what the book was called. And I opened it up, and it was such a detailed theological book, and I didn't realize it until after the fact, but it was actually several of his books put together, and the one that I was reading, I think it's called Summa Theologica. So I might walk down the hall and read, but it's getting pretty late at this point. And again, overall, it was a great day. It was a great day. Day one complete.